Well, as someone you might be able to recognise, that is the Great Ridge behind me there. We're back in the glorious Peak District this week, and it is glorious and all. We've got 2 days of cracking weather forecast, but it's a bit windy, or tonight anyway. That's the forecast. Here I go with forecast again. I bet you're sick of hearing me talk about forecast a bit, aren't you? The forecast for tonight, or currently, is for like 20-25 mile an hour winds and up to 40 mile an hour gusts, which is supposed to, around sunset tonight, which is about 6:10, supposed to die off considerably, and we're going to have a nice calm morning tomorrow morning. Well, that's what the forecast says. I'll see whether that materialises. But at the moment in the valley here, don't seem too bad. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's not feeling too bad. I'm just looking up at trees on tops and they don't seem to be swaying a great deal, so hopefully it might not be as bad as what they've forecast. So that's where we're heading for now. This is bottom end of Grinds Brook, and that's where we're going to be going up to start this walk off with. Taking my pack off, set off, and I've put 2 layers on. I've got my base layer on, my mid layer, and I've got my wind shirt on. So I'm going to take this mid layer off because after that breeze it's quite warm today, about 16 degrees on the thermometer at car, so rather than end up all sweaty hiking up Greensbrook, I'm going to take this mid layer off. Come across a right crop of these fly agate, I think they call them, these mushrooms. The ones that are white stalk with a red top and the white spots on them. There's a nice one down there, little dome top one there. That time of year, in the autumn, I like to see different types of mushrooms and that. Forget just how beautiful it is up here. Looking up Greensbrook there, that's looking down, and that's looking up. Got some lovely autumn colours starting to creep in now. You get a right view of Greensbrook. As many on you'll know that's Ringing Roger there. Nab just off to it right, but when you're up top of Ringing Roger there, you get a cracking view looking up Greensbrook here, and it looks absolutely magnificent. And like I say, now we've got some autumn colours creeping in. It's looking stunning. So my plan for tonight is, I'm hoping to get up on Woolpacks. Nice little spot there on edge overlooking Jacob's Ladder and that, which I've used umpteen times. But as I've already mentioned, depends what weather's like. This wind, this forecasted wind, it's a south-southwesterly wind, and that spot on edge there could be a little bit exposed if it's too windy. So I'm going to see what it's like when I get there. If it's too windy initially, I may cross over at plateau onto the northern edge, see if I can find a nice little spot round, maybe Sealstones, or might even have a look at Chinese Wall somewhere around there. But my first option is up round Woolpacks. There's many on your know, I've recently got myself a drone, and I want to, well, I've got some nice ideas for some bits of aerial footage around that area, so it'd be nice if I can get on there, so fingers crossed it's not too windy. So we'll carry on up here, get onto the plateau, see what it's like up on tops, see whether this wind's any worse than what it is down here. So we're at the top end of Greensbrook now, and this is where we head off up one of the scrambles. Jules, if I take that one there, that's the pretty straightforward one. I've done that several times. No complicated about it, not to be scared of. Just pretty straightforward scrambling. But one I usually like to do is off up this one. I've done this one more than I've done that one. And actually, quite a few years ago, I did it in snow and ice out with ice axe and crampons. That was a nice little interesting one. But there's quite a bit of hands-on scrambling round up that one. Probably a grade 1 scrambling places. But we may have it back on today. And we're heading that way anyway, because it takes us further that way to come back. So yeah, we're going to crack on and head off up there. I know I said it's an easy climb this, but it don't get any easier. Or is it? Am I just getting older? That's it, that's Greensbrook climbed. Not far off at the top of the plateau now. It's getting a little bit windy the further we get up. So you can see the gusts coming through. So we'll see what it's like when we get up at the top. We'll get over to Wildcamp. I'll make a decision from there. Well, I've just had to come behind this rock here to get out of the wind a little bit. I've put my little snood on. I've just had sky watch out and we've got like constant 25-mile-an-hour winds and an high gust of 35 mile an hour. And there's a real bite in that wind, real chill up here now. And I've said me tips in my lug holes are getting bitter, so I've just put this on to keep my neck and my lug holes warm. But yeah. That's where we're heading over there, so we've got to cross over the top of Crowden Brook. You all know what route we've been on here, I don't know how many times, 18 times. And we're going to go across to that outcrop on there where I've camped many a times. See what wind's like over there. If it's too windy, if it's too busty, we'll head over the plateau and we'll get over onto the northern edge. It's about 3:15 now, so I've loads of time. So I don't know if I said on way up sunset's about 6:10, so we've plenty of time. I can get across plateau in that about probably less than half an hour, 40 minutes walking over the top there. So yeah, we'll get over here first and see what it's like. Good to see the top of Crowden running again. Last time I come across here back earlier on it, something was absolutely bone dry this, and we were in the middle of that drought. But I'm not going to be filtering water on this trip. It's on that side. I've fetched 2 litres of water with me, 2 bottles of course. So right then, let's crack on off up onto the low patch now and see what this crazy wind like is up there. Right, well, I've arrived at my potential plan here, which is that little shelf there, and some of you might recognise that. I've camped here maybe half a dozen times, probably more to be honest. I've filmed it a few times. I've come and camped here when I just want to get away and have a nice little camp. It's one of my regular spots. So yeah, it's not quite as windy here as what I thought it'd be. This great big outcrop here, it's quite a big drop off just over here, so that southwesterly wind, this outcrop, it's shielding me from the worst of the wind. And like I was saying, it is due to drop off later on around sunset through night and a nice calm morning. So it's a little bit early to be pitching up yet, but I think I'm going to call it home for tonight just here. Right then, so as I was saying earlier, I got here a little bit earlier. Obviously we getting over to the northern edge in mind, but as I was saying, I've decided I'm going to stop here tonight. So that left me with quite a bit of time. It's only about 4:45 now still. Sun's still quite high in the sky over there. So as you can see, I've changed into my warmer upper layers, I've changed my base layer, my mid layer, I've put my down jacket on. And what I'm going to do is, I fetched me one of these mugshot, it's pasta, one of these mugshot pasta things, so I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm going to grab myself that now. Just put, I don't know if you can see it's still over here, I'm looking straight into the sun so I can't see what I'm doing. If you can see just there. So yeah, I've put stove on, I'm going to get myself that. I'm going to get another maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or something like that. I think sun sets about 10 past 6 or something like that, 5 past 6. So yeah, I'm going to get another half an hour, 40 minutes, and then I'm going to get 10 piece just on top there. Yeah, I'm just going to give that 5-foot pasta to soak, and then I'm going to get tucked into that. Right then, 5:45, and as you can see we are now pitched about 20 minutes before sunset. Looking like we're on for a corker. Nice clear skies over that way to west way sun's going to set. Yeah, we're all set up, tent pitched. Usual, I'm at Voyager as you can see tonight. Grab me thick 600. My X-Lite, Thermalist X-Lite mat, and I've actually splashed out and got me sent a new pillar, the Cedar Summit Aeros Premium. Got me sent one of them little tables as well, them little plaggy, what is it, Cascade Wild tables. Yeah, got all my stuff in door there. All my bag, I've actually put my bag inside door, inside the inner this time, rather than having it cluttered into porch up. Got my drone and my camera and everything there. I don't know if you can tell. In fact, let me go out onto edge. But this last sort of 40 minutes, hour, I've been getting a little bit of something to eat. This wind has dropped right off. When I came onto edge here, just here, still a little bit of wind, a little bit gusty. But this is where I was getting. I got Skywatch out and I was constant 50-55 and I got a 49-mile-an-hour gust. I don't know if you'll have seen that earlier on. But I couldn't even stand up straight here, I couldn't even keep my footing. But it's definitely dropped off a lot. We're in the forecast to drop off, so it's got it right this week. I don't know yet, I might, obviously I'm going to set GoPro up and get a time lapse at sun going down, but I might even stick drone up. Now this, I weren't holding that much up if I get it drone up with high winds, but now they've dropped off, I might send it up, we'll see. Beautiful. Right then, the sun has set. Still looking quite nice over there. Nice bit of pink cloudy sky over back in us there. I'm just going to make me send a brew, chill out for a bit. Let's have a stand about on these rocks with a nice warm brew. I got drawn up, but just a little bit sheltered here. It's still quite gusty out there, like, and it was just blowing it about a bit. It must be still knocking 25-30 mile an hour out there, out at exposed area. So I stuck it up, sent it out there, but like I say, it was just twitching about all of it footage, so I fetched it back. Hopefully tomorrow morning it is due to be a lot calmer, so hopefully we should get some nice footage in the morning, fingers crossed. So yeah, I'm going to crack a brew on, chill out for a bit. Right, well it's 20 to 8 now. I'm all tucked up in tent. I'm in my bed clothes. Nice and warm. It was quite cold out there after sunset, quite chilly. I was sat just in the door at tent here having a brew. But yeah, at least them winds have dropped right off. I can still hear them whistling round these docks just here, so just out there, you know, beyond this little shelter spot, it does sound as though it's still a little bit gusty, but not too bad. But yeah, I'm going to get some Terra, I'm going to get another brew. It's looking nice out there, skies are nice and clear. Moonrise is about 20 to 11 or something like that, so maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I might just stick my head out and see what stars are looking like, and I might stick camera out and see if I might get a little bit of astrophotography done. And until then, yeah, I'm going to get some Terra on go and chill out for an hour or two. Well, good morning. What a beautiful morning it is out there as well. We've had a stunning sunrise. That drawn up, got some nice drone footage, so hopefully you'll have seen that. But it's quite blustery and cold out there in the wind, so I just got back into the bag for a bit. It's about 8 o'clock. I've just stuck kettle on. Well, that's boiling now, so I'm just going to get a brew now and enjoy a few more of these views once I've warmed up. Well, it's literally been about 10 minutes since I last spotted you, and I was saying how blustery it was. It's just died. The wind has just literally within minutes dropped off to next to nothing. There's a gentle breeze. The grass is just moving. Balmy, that, innit? Absolutely balmy. Goes from maybe, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 mile an hour winds there down to note, next to note. Not that I'm complaining, not that I'm complaining. What a lovely morning. Don't want to be dropping off there. Well, it's that warm up here now in that sun. Took my down coat off. We're getting a bit warm. That wind's died right off, like I was saying, and sun's warming tent up, drying that off. A bit of condensation on it this morning. Expected a bit of frost, like temperatures were, well, forecasted temperatures were like 3 or 4 degrees up here, but on Skywatch it, well, when I looked first thing this morning it was 2 degrees. So not quite a frost, but I've heard on social media that there's been a bit of frost down in valleys. Some folk have been scraping ice off at car windows. Not long before we're getting it up on hills. I don't know if you can see over to pointing straight into the sun here, so I'm screwing my face up a bit. Over Kindle over there, there's been like a bit of mist rolling over hill. Yeedale rocks and Swineback over there. Yeah, a nice bit of mist rolling over hill there, that was nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning up here. I think it's knocking about 9 o'clock now, so I'm going to finish this other brew off. Start packing up and get off. Right, we're all packed up. That breeze has got up again now, 10-12 mile an hour, maybe 15 mile an hour tops. But that's where I was, you know, the score will leave no trace. Nice little spot that, as I've said, I've used that many a time and I shall do it in future again. So what we're going to do is, instead of walking back across edge back over to Grinslow and all and down that way, you can actually drop off at edge here down to bottom of Jacob's Ladder where Pacos Bridge is. I'm going to walk back along Pennine Way back into Weedale. So a bit of a steep drop off, but this is the way we're going to go. Quite an imposing rock face that when you look at it from down here. It's quite steep. I don't know whether you'll be able to make it out, but just down there, I don't know if you can see it path that leads down to the bottom. Steep drop off at hill end, drops down to Pacos Bridge down at bottom of Jacob's Ladder. And like I was saying, we'll walk back down it valley then back to Weedale. Well, we've got a nice view of Jacob's Ladder from here now. I don't know if you can see just down at bottom there, that's the Pacos Bridge. It's about 18th century that it's actually Grade 2 listed now, that I think. And obviously you've got Jacob's Ladder weaving its way up onto the top. There's a cairn halfway up. And then you've got Swineback just at the top there. Part of Pennine Way, obviously that. And what they used to do back in the day, back in 1800s, they used to use this route from Edale to Ayfield, which is on the other side of the valley. And I think it was coal and wool or something like that they used to trade backward and forward. But the pack horses didn't used to take Jacob's Ladder route. I don't know if you can make out, but if you look at the pack horse bridge down at the bottom, I don't know if you can make a route out. It goes straight up hillside there, then cuts across and comes out at a gate where cairn is halfway up. That used to be the route that the pack horses used to take. And halfway up there, there's an old, like a shed or a halfway house or something like that, and that's where they used to stop with horses, feed them water and hay and stuff like that. And I think jaggers, as they used to be known, the guys who used to walk with pack horses and that, they used to stop off there for a rest and that. Yeah, some lovely history in this valley. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so we're a little bit closer, as I've just been saying. That's the pack horse bridge just in the bottom, and you can see it going off up hillside. The halfway house just off to the side there, the barn or whatever it was, and it goes all off up to the top there, through gate, joins top of Jacob's Ladder at the top. And obviously you've got Jacob's Ladder in front of these trees here. Finds its way up. A Jacob's Ladder took its name from a farmer that used to live down in, I think it was either Barber Wolf or Edale area, called Jacob Marshall in 18th century, and he actually built this. Think of the amount of work that went into that. Imagine today's generations building that. Yeah, so he built that, Jacob Marshall down there, and I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe his family or his descendants still live down in Edale or Barber Bull, that one at farm somewhere. I could be wrong, but I'm sure I've heard that. But yeah, as I was saying up there, some lovely history in this valley. Right, well, we're only about 10 or 15 minutes from Edale now. So while we've got these views, looking back up to Kinder that way, all along Great Ridge here, back down into Edale. I'm going to wrap it up here. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll leave you with that view, and I'll catch you on the next one.